Hey there everyone, this is Michael Dougal. I review supplements that can improve cognition, and during this video you're going to learn about Kanna, which is one of the most popular supplements right now for improving focus, helping with anxiety, and at the same time giving some sort of spiritual-like experience. So this is probably the first time that we've actually come across a supplement which can help us with a lot of those analytical skills, but also help us with our creativity and our fulfillment that we experience. And I actually did ingest 40 milligrams of it right under the tongue prior to shooting this video, and I'm going to talk about the side effects that are associated with the different dosage protocols that you can consider during this video, as well as their benefits. And so if you're unfamiliar with Kanna, what you should know is that it's a succulent plant that's native to South Africa. Its other name, Sceletium Tortuosum, is what you're going to see when it's remarked in studies. And this is a great study that was done on Kanna, evaluating the antidepressant-like properties of it. And they did go ahead and conclude that it did induce dose-dependent antidepressant-like properties, meaning the more you took of it, the more you would feel the benefit and get that antidepressant-like effect. Now, probably the most popular reason why Kanna is getting a lot of attention right now is for its potential benefit with respect to upregulating your dopamine receptors. So what that means is you have higher dopamine levels during the day, you have lesser of a need to take stimulants or take supplements which can increase dopamine because you're walking around with more dopamine all the time. Now, that's what it's said to be done. However, we don't have any research backing it can do just that. That's just the mechanism of action. We also want to understand that increasing our dopamine levels isn't always the goal, and having too much dopamine is actually a bad thing, as you would want to be balancing out all of your neurotransmitters. So this is the very reason why some individuals may respond well to using Kanna, and some individuals may actually end up feeling worse. There's been a lot of anecdotes of individuals that are using Kanna and afterwards feeling some sort of withdrawal. For me, when I use it, I noticed that I have a slightly decreased anxiety levels. I'm a little bit more focused, though it's not anything too significant. I've only used it a handful of times, and I'm probably not going to continue using it, really because of the fact that I don't see this as a healthy supplement. I like knowing when it's a supplement that I'm going to use in a consistent fashion that it's actually doing something to help me be healthier. Like, for example, I'll use the supplement ashwagandha to help me with stress levels, knowing that it's also a pretty healthy supplement when it comes to helping out with my hormones, helping to increase testosterone. And if you want to learn more about ashwagandha, I've talked about it in this video right over here. It doesn't seem like Kanna really has other benefits outside of decreasing anxiety and helping with a little bit of focus. I think with most supplements that can significantly decrease anxiety levels, they usually do come with a bit of a cost. I see Kanna somewhat similar to using Phenibut. Phenibut people often ingest for anxiety and to help them with their sleep, but they understand that it also has a cost associated with it, and they shouldn't be using it every single day. Some other neat benefits of using Kanna is that it can have adaptogenic-like effects, meaning that it can help you better tolerate stress. So when a stressor takes place, you aren't as likely to start freaking out and becoming an emotional mess from it, and you may as well be able to tolerate a bit more stress, which is good. So just having that like nice positive relationship to stress. And although we do lack research for a lot of the talked about benefits, there's countless anecdotes that you can come across on Reddit. A few of them which caught my attention were this one over here. Somebody had mentioned that I'm very pro Kanna. It's a great supplement. They feel a warm sociability. Sensory experiences are more enjoyable. They're a musician that plays their instrument and they notice more joy than typically. And this goes back to Kanna's effect at helping you with your baseline mood and having antidepressant-like effects. And then another user mentioned that they love it for their creative work, as most of the blogs were written alongside the use of Kanna. And I can see that to be true because Kanna does make you feel a bit more looser, makes you be more willing to go ahead and make mistakes, helps you be somewhat courageous. Unfortunately, one of the individuals that is pretty sensitive to supplements, so it may work with me, it may not work with you. Some other neat benefits that may be associated with the use of Kanna include helping you before a big presentation or event, using it mid-afternoon to help you get energized for the rest of the workday. Users also enjoy actually using it prior to meditation, as it helps them experience more of like a mind-body connection. And one which fascinated me, which I don't believe it to be true, is that it can help you to perhaps have more empathy. Now, I haven't found that personally. I'm a bit skeptic of that one because the way most supplements unfortunately work is that as they increase focus, our empathy levels do decrease, and we have far less patience for people to really want to care about them in the first place. And prior research on the supplement has actually made mention of Kanna being used for the relief of thirst and hunger, to combat fatigue, and for social and spiritual purposes by hunter-gatherers. Some of the most common side effects that are associated with Kanna use include headaches, nausea, anxiety levels, and actually decreased levels of focus. So it's interesting, especially when you're using a supplement that can somehow manipulate your levels of dopamine. You can react positively, but as well, you can react negatively. And if you're an individual that's already using an SSRI, then you would not want to use it with your Kanna, as there are negative interactions that can take place. And although it's not necessarily a side effect, I would say one of the negatives that are associated with Kanna use would be withdrawals. And for that reason, you'll find interesting anecdotes. Some individuals would take like Kanna every third day. They wouldn't take it every day because they understand understand that it may not set you up for having a positive experience afterwards. So individuals vary up the dosage a lot. And this is again reminding me of a couple other supplements out there like phenibut or kratom, which help with anxiety levels but have negative withdrawals associated with them. And for this reason, I feel that Kanna is a somewhat overrated supplement. Considering the benefits, they aren't worth the potential cons that could be associated with them, because even if it makes me slightly more productive, it's not like it makes a massive difference. And that's why you'll not often find Kanna reported in people's like top 5 supplements. It may just be something that they've used, but they haven't been exposed to some of the better ones yet. But should you choose to use Kanna, there's a few ways you can take it. You can actually snort it, believe it or not. Not that I recommend it. Individuals would snort it as a serving size of 10 milligrams to 20 milligrams. You can consider using it sublingually like a lot of people do, or you could ingest it sublingually like I just did. Common serving sizes would be 20 milligrams to 30 milligrams, or you can just use it orally. I prefer using it sublingually when I do use it. It's not a supplement which tastes that bad, although it's not the best. It's a supplement that has a texture kind of like dirt. It doesn't taste the greatest, but it is tolerable. And it's a pretty versatile supplement. It doesn't matter whether you take it in a fasted state or a fed state. It also doesn't matter when during the day you take it, although I wouldn't take it too close to bed as I do find it slightly stimulating. And some users of Kanna are fortunate to have something called the Kanna rush, and this is more commonly experienced if you snort the supplement. And what that feels like is a bit of a rush, a bit of a euphoria. You get this happy and calm feeling, and that gradually subsides and your baseline mood is a little bit better. And this can just make it for a nice fun supplement, a good supplement to ingest before enjoying a nice evening or doing some creative work, listening to some music. But I'd love to know your thoughts on Kanna. Make sure to comment in the comment section below this video. Do subscribe if you find the video informative, and if you want to chat with me one-on-one, you can message me on Patreon or Instagram, and be sure to visit our Discord server. It has a 24/7 chat room where we're having a whole lot of fun. I thank you for your support and look forward to seeing you next time.